And once again, I welcome each and everybody, especially the students from the School of Electronics, School of Mechanical Engineering, School of Civil Engineering, School of Electrical Engineering, and School of Chemical Technology. Over this, I request Professor Baral to take up and move forward with the process. But before that, I request Professor Suman Bhattacharya, the Director CAAS, to set the context and set the ball in motion. Please, Dr. Bhattacharya. Then we come with Professor Baral.
Yeah, sure. Good evening, Professor Biswal. Hope I am audible to you.
Yeah, you are audible, sir.
Yeah, and good evening, colleagues, my dear students. So it's a fantastic opportunity to talk to the students because we are starting the placement preparedness for the students, right? So guys, you might have seen, if you have seen today's newspaper, Indian Oil Corporation has given an advertisement, a large-scale advertisement on their recruitment on various posts, okay, from engineering perspective and other posts also. And them categorically mentioned that through GATE only they will take, right? And as a core engineering student, like electrical, mechanical, civil, electronics, so how much serious we are? And what we have seen a few days back, we have conducted a test for the GATE, what exactly our level is already. It's called baseline test. And it was being notified to everyone and all, but very disheartened to see that people are not at all serious, right? So, see, many times what I find that people say, this is IT centric. I do not like coding. I do not like this. But even you guys do not like even the core thing also. So GATE is basically a core preparation and for the core industry, right? So that is the part in which we have to be very serious. Students are not serious. My biggest problem is that students are not serious. Now there are two aspects of it. Either I'll go as a typical core engineering companies, one. Second is that I'll go for IT centric core engineering. Okay. Now what is typical core engineering? Like if I talk about construction companies, if I talk about heavy engineering company, talk about electrical power supply companies, talk about hardcore electronics manufacturers. Okay. Now these are the companies basically they hire hardcore engineers and numbers are very minimal. So 15, 20, 30, 50, like if you go to SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited, also will find. So go to NALCO, similar kind of numbers. It is not beyond 3 digits. I never seen such kind of recruitment happening. But looking into the core-driven IT services, right? Suppose if I talk about electronics and instrumentation today, has heavily into the design part of it. Okay, the equipment design or that sort of thing. So am I making myself fit for this or not? I should ask this question. Am I making myself ready for this or not? Have I done some tools training on this or not? Do I know some tools, how this manufacturing sector works with different tools? So those questions I have to ask myself. Okay, what exactly the industry requirement today and how much readiness I do have, right? And second thing, most important is that when I say IT enabled core engineering, that means if you go to a consulting company today, one example is TCS. So TCS predominantly a consulting company. And whom they consult? They consult to different verticals. Verticals can be a retail vertical, verticals can be a healthcare domain, vertical can be your manufacturing, vertical can be your heavy engineering, vertical can be your hospitality, anything business you can think of, aviation industry, okay, anything you think of, IT enabled services are being given. So one is IT service core, second is IT enabled manufacturing. Suppose today if you see any car which is highly automated and AI driven, right? Because any parts get something wrong, you need not have to go to a mechanic to understand. Automatically, the system tells you that this is the part in which there some problem is happening or problem can happen. Okay, some futuristic idea that the system can give you, so that you can go for repair or some changes or whatever you have to do. Similarly, if you talk about transportation industry today, like logistic part, you can say. Then in that case also heavily automated. So GPS connects are there, and then how the goods movement, how it is happening, how the procurement happens, how the delivery happens. Everything is tracked and everything is monitored through this IT-enabled tools, right? So when I talk about these engineering applications and IT, basically it is not hardcore IT. You do not have to write programs for this, but you should understand the tools associated with this, IT tools associated with this for the entire things to happen, right? But suppose I look after a tool which works on say logistic, right? Supply chain logistic. Now, as an engineer, is it not my responsibility? Suppose some minor defects come or some minor issues come. Is it not my responsibility to? Is it not my responsibility to check how much basically how much problem is there and how I can rectify this problem, basically how much problem rectify. So if I know little bit of this, and these are basically written heavily on say Python sort of languages, okay, and any vertical you talk today, even manufacturing or AI or machine learning, so everywhere you will find little bit of Python into it. So Python is a coding language, right? It's a programming language. But to understand the code, the logic, the syntax, everything, that's why it's a mandatory learning of coding in the first, second semesters, whatever you have learned, irrespective of any branch. Why AICT or UGC or that controlling agency has given this as a mandatory subject? Because this has got applications which need to be driven by the engineer, irrespective of any branch, right? So that is why how much code I know, how much problem solving means acumen I do have. Can I do this? Do I have a logical strength to solve this problem? So basically, when some companies come and recruit, they check these parameters, how logically you are strong. Okay, so they do quantitative aptitude test, they do your logical reasoning test, they do coding test, because today if you see the coding questions are also mostly logical analysis driven coding questions, right? That's what we call competitive programming or complex problem solving, etc., etc. So it is highly mandatory for all of you, as I told, highly mandatory for all of you that I should have a basic knowledge of programming or coding, because later on I may join IT or may not join, but today's entire industry verticals are running in IT tools, and to understand the IT tools,
Sir is not audible.
that is what I need of. Hello, is it audible?
Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Okay. Right. So now, how much I am. So this is the right time, because already the right time has started 1 year back, in which Baral sir has given a lot of input, but I did not find much of participation from these branches. But again, I'm telling you, my dear students, so this is high time. You should be serious and start working on this. From Baral sir is there, the entire team is there to help you out. We are there 24/7 to help you out, but you have to understand that this is the need of the hour. This is the thing I have to do, right? Because I'm very disheartened, because seeing the GATE baseline test, your participation is very pathetic. If I'm not wrong, very minimal numbers. These branches have joined 26 or 25 students on the entire 3-4 branches. And because if you are really core interested, I expected that from these branches at least 80-90% students would have actually go for the baseline test. It was made mandatory for all as well. But time has not gone. I am telling you repeatedly, please focus on your core engineering subjects, and GATE preparation can help you a lot in this regard. Second, IT, why it is important also I told you. Why coding is being given as a subject from the first year, because of that various reason behind this. Not only joining an IT company, but core company today also, they are expected, because few months back we got an JD job description from an electrical battery manufacturing company, okay, and their mandatory requirement was Python level 2 or level 2 or level 3, like that. So they asked for that, right? So this is how I am expecting all of you to really work hard. Take the guidance from our team, the schools that we operate, the CAAS, TNT, we are always there to help you. But I expect that you should do well. and get a better future in your life, right? So that is what I thought of sharing with you. Thanks a lot and all the best. Over to you, Vishwal sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Definitely, you can say the countdown has already begun for that. And guys, actually, like whatever time we have already wasted not being so much proactively participating into multiple activities, which is probably not so much a good sign, but still, it is still exactly once you decide on at this point of time, I'm sure exactly the journey which you are going to undertake from now onwards, it's certainly going to be a game changer, and that will create a mark for yourself. So we'll definitely deliberate more on this exactly. We'll go with multiple inputs at the present moment itself. But as far as the primary or the basic part is concerned, you have to develop on your own fundamentals and on as far as your programming knowledge, or you can say your problem solving ability is concerned. And guys, those who are trying to draw a line for themselves, marking that I'm from XYZ branch or I'm from a specific branch, for me, my knowledge of problem solving ability doesn't so much apply. But probably you have a notional biasness. Probably you have not been able to understand the requirement of Industry 4.0. And if you really understand the Industry 4.0 and its requirement and the prerequisites to be a part of the Industry 4.0, you have to have a sound ability of solving problems. So you have to build up your logic in that way itself. If logic building doesn't happen at all, if you do not know how to get into this kind of scenarios, probably for you it would be certainly difficult. So with this, I would request Professor Baral to take over and give a insightful address into the scenario and would tell you how is the roadmap, for the entire program. Please, Professor Baral. Yeah,
yes,
over
sir.
to you. Over to you, please.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. The objective of this orientation is we are going to start placement training class from Monday. So here we are gathered here in a virtual platform to discuss why this training is important and how it will change your career and how it will change your future in coming days. That we will discuss in a very short period of time, within half an hour or 45 minutes. So listen to me carefully and listen to all the speaker carefully, because all will give some valuable input. So listen to me here. The objective of the placement training is to give some finishing touch with your existing knowledge. If you know all these things, then you will just give a finishing touch. Just that means in layman language, you can say you will make packaging of the product. If your product is ready, you'll just give a beautiful package to it and make it sellable. If your package is not ready yet, then it is high time you start preparing, and will help you in this regard, because you have only 7-8 months in your hand. In between, some company may come to conduct internship come PPO, and some otherwise some come to our campus in virtual mode in the form of internship or internship come PPO, or some company may come for placement for any branches. That only the time will say. No one can say about the futures. The point is here, if your product is ready, in our training classes, we will give the finishing touch, and finishing touch is important because that is only help you to sell your product, because only the product, good quality product with good packaging, can sell higher than any other product. Your content is good, but packaging is not good. Packet is not good looking. Then definitely, so it will be not sellable. So basically, in training, what we will and how we will help you and what we will provide the training. So let me go ahead with this. Basically, we will provide training in these 3 areas, and the first and the most important area and the compulsory area in each branch or in each written test, whether it is mandatory, whether it is for civil, whether it is for computer science, whether it is for GATE, whether it is for any public sector company, arithmetic, reasoning and puzzles are always there. whether it is for banking, whether it is for civil services, whatever you are doing nowadays, everywhere there is arithmetic, reasoning, and puzzle. This is prerequisite knowledge is essential, right? So you might say that, sir, I know arithmetic, I know reasoning, I know puzzle. That is fine. Everybody know, because this is 8, 9, 10th mathematics. But point is that can you solve it within 1 minute? Sometimes we fail to solve a problem within 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. So here we will help you by explaining all the concept, or the entire team is there, dedicated team is there to help you, and how to find out the answer within 1 minute and 1.5 minute using the shortcut or using the formula, right? So highly experienced, dedicated faculty member are there to help you in this respect. So never miss any class of these placement training activities: arithmetic, reasoning, puzzle, and next one is English. And without this, we cannot move forward in this day, right? And third one is tech. Tech means technical is not a subject, technical is the area. So let us discuss, let me go ahead with this. In 1 week, there will be 2 math class and 1.
Professor Deepak, are you not sharing your screen?
I think, oh. I think I have shared it.
Okay. Now it is visible.
Okay.
No problem. Fine.
Okay. So here finishing task is important. So I have already told you. Let me proceed. Under placement training, arithmetic, reasoning, and puzzle is there, and English is most important part. Without this, everywhere you can find you can find English. You have to speak in English. You have to write in English. You have to reply in English. Everything you have to write and you have to communicate in English. So English is most essential language in nowadays. And technical is an area. It is not a subject. Under technical, we will discuss a lot of things. But most importantly, arithmetic, reasoning, puzzle, and English mandatory in each test, irrespective of which company and which public sector company or private sector company, or whether it is core company or software company, doesn't matter. All company are asking, 99% company, even 99.5% company are asking arithmetic, reasoning, and puzzles. Puzzles may be there, may not be there, but arithmetic, reasoning is there, and English is mandatory. But 90% company, IT related company, and as well as some IT enabled core company also ask technical. Technical means related to computer paper, related to computer science or computer engineering papers. Technical not means programming. Technical means the paper relating to computer engineering. So let us go ahead, computer science engineering. And in 1 week, you are going to get 5 hours of classes, 2 hours from mathematics, 2 hours from technical, and 1 hour from English. And all these classes are going to be conducted at evening, that I think from 6:30 to 8:30. Sir, am I correct? Vishal sir, are you there?
Okay.
Hello?
You're okay. It's
okay. 6:30 to 8:30, I think.
6:15 to 8:30.
6:15. Okay. 6:15 to 8:30. In between that, 15 minutes gap will be there. Okay. So after your academic class, you have to again join in training classes, because this slot is assigned to us, assigned to you, and assigned to us to attend this or to perform this activity. This is very, very vital in coming 6 to 7 months or 8 months, whatever you can say, is very, very vital and going to change your future. How you are utilizing this 6 to 8 months, and how you are utilizing every day, how you are utilizing every hour, how you are utilizing every minute. अगर आज आपने टाइम वेस्ट कर दिया, आज का टाइम कल नहीं मिलेगा. There is a word procrastination. चलो आज मूड नहीं है, कल पढ़ेंगे. कल जब आ जाएगा और एक एक्टिविटी आ गया, नहीं आज नहीं हो पाएगा, कल पढ़ेंगे. इसी तरह ये 6 to 7 month 8 month चला जाएगा. 1 साल चला गया कोरोना में, पता नहीं चला. तो आपका 2 साल चला गया, आपका बीटेक में पता नहीं चला. तो इस तरह ये 6 to 7 month भी चला जाएगा, पता नहीं चलेगा. And more than in the previous session, Saranjit Singh sir, who is the director of IE Industry Engagement Cell, and he just informed the entire virtual members present in virtual meeting. Nearly 250 company visited our campus. Suppose you are eligible to sit in 30 company. Consider, in the worst case, still you are not selected. Then don't blame others. You can only blame yourself. 30 कंपनी में अगर आपको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिलता है, तो फिर यू कैन ब्लेम योरसेल्फ. यू कैन नॉट ब्लेम अदर्स. कितने अपॉर्चुनिटी चाहिए? 30 अपॉर्चुनिटी आपको मिला, you are unable to convert that opportunity into success. So definitely there is some lacuna. If you are not yet prepared, if you are not yet wake up, then it is time to wake up and start preparation. Only 6 to, I have already telling these things repeat again and again. This 6 to 8 months will define your career, will define your future, because your career will define your future. तो जो भी करना है अभी से करो, आज से करो, क्योंकि मंडे से हम रेगुलर क्लास स्टार्ट हो रहा है, आपका एकेडमिक क्लास ऑलरेडी स्टार्ट हो चुका है. तो यू हैव टाइट टाइमिंग starting from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and Saturday, Sunday is very, very important day for you, because in this 2 day you can utilize your time for preparation, and how to divide the time, that is most important. Time ko kaise, there is a proof, or winners don't do different things, they do things differently. Guys, if you have any query, then there is a Google form shared in your chat box. You can just open it and write any query, and we will answer it back after the training session or during classes or somewhere in other platform. Otherwise, we will resolve your query during the training session starting from Monday, right? Respective faculty member in their domain area will resolve the query. And see, 5 hours every week. That means 20 hours in 1 month. In the entire semester, suppose there are 3 months, that means you are going to get 20 into 3, 60 hours. 60 hour training in 5th semester itself. And again another 60 hours in your 6th semester. If you attend all the classes, I think there will not be any problem in written test. And as far as technical is concerned, there is what is do's and don'ts, and everything will be shared with you in mail. What you can do, what you cannot do during training session or during the interaction with faculty members and other members, other officials. Telegram group, all students must join the official Telegram group, which will be shared with you in the mail, and display name must be in the given format, not exactly this format, name, roll number, and your branch name will be there, I think. Okay, and otherwise you will be removed from the group. Not maintain the given format, you will be removed from the group and you will not be added back again. And you have to share your username of Telegram group, because some students are creating nuisance in the group by spamming the group with filthy language and filthy words. So that's why it is mandatory for all the students to give or share their username in the respective Google form. We will share you in the coming days. Username is important, right? And username and rest of the information will ask you. And here the technical area in the very, very important area, because if you are allowed to or you are eligible to sit in any software company, which area are most important? Your branch is electronics, your branch is electrical, your branch is EEE, your branch is E&I, your branch is mechanical, if your branch is civil, and you are eligible for a software company, and how you prepare for it. For civil and mechanical, I can suggest in the worst case, I repeat, in the worst case, you should be thorough in at least one programming language. It may be from C or C++ or Java or Python. You decide which language you want to learn. If you have already aware about C, then learn it again and be thorough on the entire programming concept or entire language grammar. If you are not yet thorough, then choose any language which will be easy for you. It may be Python, it may be C, it may be C++. But remember, जो चूज करोगी उसी में थॉरो होना है, क्योंकि उसी लैंग्वेज को यूज करके आपको प्रोग्रामिंग लिखना है और डाटा स्ट्रक्चर. एटलीस्ट कम से कम ये दो आपको पता होना चाहिए, सिविल एंड इलेक्ट्रिकल, मैकेनिकल, सिविल, इलेक्ट्रिकल एंड मैकेनिकल. आई एम एडिंग दिस 3. कम से कम एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज एंड डाटा स्ट्रक्चर पता होना चाहिए. बेसिक कंसेप्ट ऑफ डीबीएमएस अगर है तो ठीक है, अदरवाइज इट कैन बी मैनेजेबल. अंडरस्टूड. एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स triple E and E&I, you have no choice. You have to learn all these things. Again, you can ask the question, sir, we didn't have operating system and networking software engineering in our academic. How we can read all this paper? Yes, that is one important point. But again, you have to learn. कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है, कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ करना पड़ता है, कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ सैक्रिफाइस करना पड़ता है. तो ये सारे चीज अगर आपको कैरियर बनाना है, फ्यूचर सेट करना है, तो ये थोड़ा बहुत मेहनत करके आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा. आई एम नॉट आस्किंग यू टू कवर द एंटायर सिलेबस ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, नेटवर्किंग एंड सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग. जस्ट download all the important question from this is only for the electronics and electrical. If electrical and civil mechanical student can do, then it is added advantage for them. If they are really interested to get a job, then they can learn it. तो लर्निंग के लिए किसी ब्रांच के लिए बार नहीं है. मैंने बताया ओस्ट केस में एटलीस्ट एक लैंग्वेज एंड डाटा स्ट्रक्चर में थॉरो होना जरूरी है. रिपीट, थॉरो, नॉट दैट सर आई नो. 99% स्टूडेंट्स आर ऑलवेज टेलिंग आई नो, बट व्हेन समवन विल आस्क यू राइट प्रोग्राम, सर मैं भूल गया. So what is the meaning of I know? If you are telling you know, that means you should be able to write at least all the fundamental programming, which was at least solved in your academic. If you forget, it is fine. It is right time to brush up all the concept. Plenty of material, everything is available in Google. Google is the biggest master. Still, if you are unable to, then we are here. And attend all of our training classes, whether it is English, whether it is arithmetic, whether it is technical. In this semester, we are going to teach C. If anybody have any doubt, if anybody wants to brush up, so please do attend all the classes without missing a single class, because every week there will be 2 classes. Every week there will be 2 classes from technical, 2 classes from mathematics. You should not miss a single class by citing any reason. Except health issue, rest of the reason should not be considered. If you are not attending, it is your loss, completely your loss. Sometimes we are surprised that students are paying hefty amount of money for attending training classes outside campus, but here we are providing training on arithmetic, reasoning, and English. Understood? You should attend. There will be no doubt on this topic. And programming, attend classes and do whatever the suggestion given by the respective faculty. Then your knowledge will be improved. Otherwise, you will suffer. There is no alternative. आप बोलेंगे सर डरा रहे हैं. हाँ, डरना जरूरी है. कभी कभी डरना जरूरी है. डरेंगे तो पढ़ेंगे, नहीं डरेंगे तो मैं आपको काजुअली बता दूंगा नहीं 400 कंपनी आएगा तो इतना सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. 400 कंपनी आ सकता है, 500 कंपनी में आ सकता है, लेकिन नॉलेज नहीं होगा तो इट इज ओपन मार्केट. मुझे कहीं पर भी नॉलेज मिलेगा. आई एम ए बिजनेसमैन, आई नीड गुड ह्यूमन रिसोर्स. और आपका अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस हो तो आपसे लूंगा. सपोज मैंने डिसाइड करके आई एम डिसाइडिंग टू सिलेक्ट, सपोज आई एम द एचआर ऑफ बोस कंपनी. मैंने डिसाइड किया मैं 10 स्टूडेंट KIIT से लूंगा. यहाँ पर अगर मुझे 30 स्टूडेंट अच्छे मिल जाएंगे तो आई मैं चेंज माय माइंड, 10 to मैं 15 कर लूंगा, 5 एक्स्ट्रा बढ़ा लूंगा. लेकिन रिसोर्स तो होना चाहिए ना. आप बोलेंगे सर नहीं आ रहा है. कैसे होगा? आपकी परफॉर्मेंस अगर अच्छा होगा तो अच्छे कंपनी आएंगे. तो आप अच्छा सीवी बनाइए. वो सीवी में ओनली अच्छे वर्ड लिखने से नहीं होगा. सीवी में जो लिखोगी, यू हैव टू एंश्योर दैट यू नो ऑल दीज थिंग्स, whether it is VLSI or whether it is microprocessor, whatever you want to write, digital electronics, whatever you are writing, you have to ensure that, sir, I know all the fundamentals. I repeat, all the fundamentals, because 90% company focus on fundamentals, because you are fresher, you are student, you have no work experience. हमारी academic entire syllabus में कहीं पर advanced concept नहीं है. जो भी पेपर है सारे fundamental है. And fundamental is the key to success. There is a proverb. No one can change it. Fundamental is the key to success. If you're clear in fundamental, thorough in fundamental, you can understand any advanced concept and utilize your time in the coming days very fruitfully and efficiently and effectively. And side by side, health is wealth. Maintain your health. Give 8 hours sleep to yourself. 7 hour minimum. Good sleep is 8 hours, 7 hour is minimum. उसके बाद बाकी जितने भी टाइम बचा 24 से माइनस कर दो 17 आवर. तो उसको कैसे फ्रूटफुली इफेक्टिवली यूटिलाइज करना है, डिवाइड करना है, बिकॉज देयर इज ए प्रूवर. विनर्स डोंट डू डिफरेंट थिंग्स, दे डू थिंग्स डिफरेंटली. इसको मिला, उसको मिला, मुझे नहीं मिला. क्यों नहीं मिला? कहीं पर तो कुछ कमी होगा. आइदर कम्युनिकेशन स्किल में प्रॉब्लम है, या अरिथमेटिक स्किल में प्रॉब्लम है, या टेक्निकल स्किल में प्रॉब्लम है. एंड टेक्निकल स्किल, एंड लेट मी कम टू अनदर पर्सन. टेक्निकल मींस यहाँ पर 2 तरीका टेक्निकल है. वन इज रिलेटिंग टू सॉफ्टवेयर और कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग, एंड रिलेटिंग टू योर ब्रांच, दैट इज कोर पेपर. तो अंडर कोर पेपर, all the basic paper, whether it is digital electronics or basic electrical, all the basic, even few students are unable to explain what is AC and DC. If someone will ask in your interview, can you please explain what is AC and DC, again students fumble to answer, sir, this is AC, this is that is DC. तो ये जो छोटे छोटे चीजें डे टू डे लाइफ में यूज होता है, इसमें आपका फंडामेंटल क्लियर होना चाहिए, नॉट द डेफिनेशन. डेफिनेशन तो बुक में लिखा हुआ है, एनीवन कैन रीड इट एंड टेल इट. Anyone can read it and tell it. So as an engineer, you should be able to explain it like a layman. लेमैन को जैसे समझाते हैं उसी तरह अगर समझा सकते हो, दैट मीन्स योर फंडामेंटल इज क्लियर. तो आपका जो भी बेसिक है, जो भी इंटरेस्ट एरिया है, सपोज यू आर थरो इन डिजिटल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, तो इंश्योर दैट whatever the fundamental question the interviewer will ask, you would be able to answer. Then write digital electronics in your CV. Without having sufficient knowledge, don't write it in the CV. And most importantly, many students are writing, I have this certificate, I have that certificate. Certificate is okay, certificate is required, but ensure that knowledge is there with certificate. If there is no knowledge and you are mentioning, I have certified from this institute on this thing, that means you are inviting question on that area because you are certified by X on topic Y. That means you are inviting question on topic Y. So that is most important. Certification is essential, but side by side knowledge is essential. Two types of certificate are there: course completion certificate and certificate of merits. So most of the company are providing a course completion certificate. So that I want to help you. Anyway, if you are mentioning I have this certified or certified from this area, so ensure that. That is most important. Whatever may be the area, whether it is microprocessor, digital electronics, or VLSI, whatever it may be. And next one is, we are going to conduct two tests in coming days. One is entry test, another is exit test through national platform, whether it is CoCube or Aspiring Mind or any other platform. And accordingly, we will intimate you through mail or Telegram group and WhatsApp group. Understood? Never ignore any mail from CAAS and placement and any mail from KIIT mail ID. Any mail from KIIT mail ID. Especially authority. You can ignore any outsider mail, gmail.com, you can ignore. But don't ignore the mail from KIIT official mail ID, right? And next one is, thank you. Thank you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Professor Baral. So guys, actually, you have heard from the professor who is going to